just from the giving that came through on that day of the wedding. We sought honeymoon, we sought vitu za hao, we sought like almost everything like we have right now in our house came from our wedding. Or from our wedding day. Like ilikuwa tu like over and above. Nakumbuka that day tumetoka na kale kitu tunaenda kwa place ya nini tukitoa sasa we need money for honeymoon. Tukitoa hivi tuko like, and then now the lady, we call her and we're like, hey, so to decide, man, we want to go this place and this place. What can we get? Anatutumia. So she sends us stuff. We look at it. We decide the place we're going. So tukifika, we are picked by a chauffeur. Nini tunapelekwa kwa place. Then like we get one of the best rooms in that place. Wameshafanya the full honeymoon setup, beach view, nini, yani zile highest packages. And then so ile siku tulikuwa na check out, we're looking at the prices for that place. Like tuko like, hii place watu wanalipa, alipataje hii place na hii rate yenye ametupatia. Because unaangalia rate hiyo place nika tumelipa like a quarter of it. For the best room, for like the best experience. Juzi tulikuwa huko tena. Na sasa tunaangalia rate tuko tu like yenyewe what God can do. What God can do. So that's why niko nakwambia. Now that becomes like the rubber stamp of this is only God. And that's why tunaweza simama tukue like, yes, this we are now in, like you're aligned to the perfect will of God because it has fruits. If you don't see those hanging fruits, uko in God's will. Lazima test faith yako.
And sometimes I feel like in marriage, because it's not always smooth, maybe tutaongea later, but sometimes you need to remind yourself of hizo siku zenye mliona God's faithfulness together, because mtakasirikana kwa nyumba zenu kumbuke. Lakini Mungu alitushikilia pale. Acha tuendelee tu na hii will ya marriage, because but
it's always in different aspects. For some people, what a test your faith yao in just the process of the family accepting you. Hapo ndo test yako iko. Wengine uko na doo yako yote ya wedding, uko na everything. Lakini something else ina test faith yako. So there always has to be something, especially if you call yourself a person of faith, lazima kukuwe na that test of faith during this process of marriage. Especially process of the wedding, because this is actually your first commitment or first preparation that you're doing together. And the same faith you walk with here is the same faith you're going to be walking with through your marriage life.
Hey, this is the reason why we do this. I would never have guessed, Manzi. It all adds up. One. Vile tu ni a story of faith. Hey, sasa mimi what can I say? I wanted to ask, well, since you said you didn't like go through the whole knowing the deco is like this and this, were your expectations met on the wedding day? Like kila kitu niko vile mko mnataka ikue, ama was there any kind of point?
First bibi yangu akadecide kuchelewa kufika church.
Akachoma hadi kwa vows akiniambia, I know you so well that I knew you'd going to be late for your wedding.
Sasa lakini hiyo kuchelewa, unajua on our wedding someone gave us their G-Wagon to bring her and to take us around, like kupewa, yani ile yenye no fuel nothing, full tank plus a driver.
My mom
pamoja na truck ya kubeba gifts kuzirudisha kwa hao, like KRG nini, KRG alinipea gari fully fueled. There's some guys
wakina wagon akatupatia range,
alitupea pia range, full tank. Some other guys like kina Ben One, these are famous people, alinipea hao yake, huko ndo tulienda kufanya photo shoot and everything. Like everything was just sorted. So going through the expectation yetu ilikuwa super exceeded. And then on the wedding day, to be honest, going so fast. Siku imeisha, like you don't even see those things, like madeko manini utaziona sangapi, because wewe unapitia tu, like
but I was impressed.
So now mimi naona kwa picha tuko like what hivi ulikuwa setup ilikuwa inakapoa hivi. So it was met. Of course 10 year anniversary itakuwa mayhem, lakini wedding ilikuwa sorted.
Alafu pia wanaume wanafaa walie wakisema vows. Huyo wangu alikataa kulia.
Unalia ni.
He didn't.
What are those?
Nothing.
Nilikuwa nishalia.
Jasho tu. Alikuwa tu jasho tu. I know.
Tulia kupata tent.
Nasimu ikipotea. Lakini Bibeka akiwa down the aisle. Hawezi lia. Alikuwa gangster.
Ulia. Ulia nini? Hakuna kulia. Ulilia nywele ikienda kubako. Hapo ningelia.
Akisikia harusi vitu happen. So good, very good. I backfired in the morning. Hey, lakini tuli hack.
So the wedding is over, honeymoon imeisha, now you guys have come back home, settling in together. I'm assuming you are not living together before the wedding. So now you've come in this space, kuna ibe na banana. Things are different. Kuna vile umezoea vitu na kuna vile amezoea vitu. So in that process of just adjusting to each other, even at a soksuku, vyombo hazioshwa, I don't know what the issues were. How was that period for you guys? Just adjusting, decide kiti kwa ile kona, si pale. TV tutanunua 85 inch, 32.
TV ya mjaluo lazima ni muhimu. Big screen maduo. So fast.
Oh God, ukishaanza hivyo.
Fast. So she works in Thika. So first thing we considered is where we're going to stay. So initially I wanted us to stay still where we were. So we considered different places. So we, but she was very hesitant about where I was staying at that time. Sijui cause alikuwa anaona ni bachelor pad ama ilikuwa nini, but so she goes out and says acha mimi nitafute nyumba. So she goes and looks for a house, gets another house and pays the deposit, which is half the size of the house that I'm living in at that moment.
The house is smaller.
Yeah, it's small. Half, like literally half.
And that house is like 1 kilometer away from my mother's house.
Yeah, like it's closer to her mom. So me again, me niko to like, okay, it works for you to go to work and stuff, so it's fine. I didn't even go to look at that house. Like I went into that house after the wedding. Alinitumia tu picha na video. Oh, you see the house? So mazee nimefika kwa hiyo hao. Na iangalia hivi niko like, my God. First haina cabinets. Lazima nichome. Haina cabinets. Mimi I'm a big man. Jikoni tukiingia wawili hatutoshei. Niko tu like babe, hiki tu ni literally half our house. But nimenyamaza. So ile nyumba ingine, the house that I used to live in, bado sijapeana. So because it's in such a perfect location, like it's a perfect house, in its own compound, nini. Niko tu like, for me to live here. And then that house, I got it from my mom's grace. My mom has a grace for houses. So all along, we've always lived in houses that we pay less the value of the house. So when I was living, I initially used to live in Nyayo Estate. When my mom got that house, she wanted the family to move there, but it was slightly smaller. So akaniambia, "Mase hii nyumba inaweza kuwa poa yenyu kuanza marriage when you decide." Hata sasa sina if you decide to marry, this would be a perfect place to start your home. Nini. Then at that time, that house was about 40,000. Na hiyo ni time ya COVID. Then she calls again like 3 months later. Anaambia hii nyumba ijaenda hata saini 35,000. Tunakaa like 6 months. Hakuna mtu amechukua hii nyumba, na mimi unajua mimi nilisema hii nyumba nimeilock. hakuna mtu ataingia kwa hiyo house. And I've done that thing several times. So anapiga namba, hata hiyo nyumba bado iko ni 25,000. And that's the time I want to move in. So we ended up moving into that house.
Maybe ingefika hata 15.
Now so we moved into that house. That house I've lived in. Sasa si ndogo hii yangu yenye amekata. Hiyo nyumba nilikuwa nimeishi like a year, sijalipa stima hata one day. Maji nalipa like the landlord was paying. Maji nalipa like 500 bob, sijui 300 bob.
So nimempeleka.
Ni penye amenipeleka. Oh mama, the landlord is a good woman. But first lazima tumpigia tupampie maji. And then ni kama kona 10 liter. Na mimi hiyo 10 liter naoga nayo mazi. Hiyo 100 liter nilikuwa nikiingia nikioga sinamaliza. Sasa sikuwa namaliza.
This guy takes 30 minutes in the bath,
Sasa,
so that's why.
niko tu like. But sasa I'm not zushaing much. Mimi nimenyamaza. I'm watching my wife anakuja kila siku ana jam. Na unatoa kijam. Nyumba ni ndogo, vitu hazijafit, kila kitu iko kwa hatujanpa, kila kitu iko kwa corridor because you don't know where to take them.
Because tulitoka honeymoon kani nimeingia job the following day.
Mimi nguo zangu peke yake haziwezi tosha anywhere kwa hiyo nyumba. Zimejaa everywhere kwa sitting room nini blah blah blah. So tuko nakuja tu tunalala. So on the day that finally I've gotten someone to come and see the house. Amesema anakuja kuona then he'll move in. So namwambia in fact leo umse anakamcheki hao nini then I'll give it out. Akaniambia hapana mazi turudi huko. Tusipeane hiyo hao.
Because you know it's very frustrating to have a very tiresome day in the office.
Yeah.
Then you come to this house that looks like.
And then yeye mwenyewe akaanza kuniambia
we need to move
out. I'm very close to my mom. I need to move away. I need my space. No, it's just there. It's just natural that when you're close to your relatives, ini for wanapanga, when you're close to your relatives, if it's either you, me as a gentleman, if I would stay close to my mom or her, people can pop in anytime. People will call you and have expectation. Yes, you kuja sasa upitia hapa hata kuna wageni nini. So before you get out of that cocoon, it will take some time. So at least we went a bit farther. Came back, did a bit of remodeling of your house nini. In fact, akaingia akakuta like wow, is this the same house?
Ilikuwa na marangi mbaya. Green. Yeah.
Alikuwa tu and then it was an old, this old houses nini. But like hii ni poor, is a blank canvas for me. I can change this house. I can drop this wall. Bomoa walls za wenyewe. Change the cabinets. But so we that's how we got now our space. Now when moving in together, usually hii problem inakuanga na wanaume. Usiogope. Hii problem inakuanga na wanaume like it's usually men who utupa maviatu na nini huko. So I think for her it was easy kuishi na mimi because
he doesn't.
I don't do that. Mimi niko at least na some level of order and sanity. But it's also because my dad instilled that in me. Yeah. My dad is a neat freak. And then now also I've living with many people. You always know that naishi na watu, I need to panga. And it all works out with time. Like with every experience as you grow up, most of these habits are habits that you have cultured from your past life.
Yeah.
So once you come together now, you need to, when we were saying earlier, like those are roommate issues. And you adjust. And so I don't think that has been much of a challenge.
But of course you had the small fights. Because I feel like for me...
Zenye misi kuwa naona ni fight.
For me...
I just needed that to be clear.
Yes, like it was... Because for me, I was from my mother's house. So I came out of my mother's house to his house. Yeah. Well, to the house that I paid rent for, deposit for. So I was not used to a lot of responsibility being on me, like because the times that ukishina mom ukichelewa utapata kumepikwa issues done. So now, this other side, God. Kichelewa, okay, good thing is my friend. So Kichelewa, he will help actually. But I think what took us a bit of time is settling in and kujuana.
What took her a bit of time?
Us.
See, us, me got to Sawa. I was just cruising.
Those are we not on the same boat?
We're on the same boat.
Sasa tukikwaruzana si pia una affectiwa.
Yes.
So what took us time?
Because women don't know how to communicate.
Sasa where does that even come
No,
from?
endelea tu. See, because ametoka job, like she has her stresses. She won't say that this is
No,
what...
I'll tell you.
No, ngoja. She will not say that this is what imenikasirisha. She will kasirika over something else. And then sasa yeye amekasirika over that something else. Probably ana expect pia umekasirika. So ndo maana nakwambia most of the time mimi sikuwa na notice like those are big issues. So yeah, when we are doing now a re-evaluation, like, oh, so where were we? Like me, I've seen like our first year has been good. Oh, the first months were a bit hard. Huh? Niko like me sikuwa nakumbuka.
It was for me.
Niko like me sikumbuki anything.
I was even going there. The first month of marriage, how was it?
It